To RCR New Zealand. We were hosted by Camshaft Software, makers of Automation, a video game for every gearhead who said, I could make a better car company. Well, this is your chance to put up or shut up. From cam profiles to fleet marketing, you do it all. And thanks to them, regular car reviews made it to New Zealand, the planet's bonus track. Sweet as.
One unheard message. First unheard message.
Skylines aren't special. Skylines aren't unique. Skylines aren't special. Rhino liner my vagina. Rhino liner my mangina. Turn your volume down. Hold my face so I can wee-wee. Skylines aren't special. Skyline, 4 doors. Skyline, no turbo. Still a Skyline, $2,000 NZ or best offer on Trade Me.
Yeah, I'm on a boat, y'all!
Look at you, Berks County Brandon, spooging all your combat pay over bring a trailer for a Skyline GTR. Brandon, come to New Zealand first and learn the truth. Skylines aren't special. Us Yankees fangirl over the name Skyline. But Skyline isn't a singular car. It's the name of a range of cars made by Nissan, like Corolla, or Accord, or 3 Series. 3 Series. Imagine hearing from some flat brimmer, I have a BMW 318i. It's an E90. It's an M3. It's pretty much an M3. No, it isn't. You don't have an M3. Is a 318i fast? No. Is it faster than an economy car? Yeah, sure. Is a 318i a good car? It's fine. It's whatever. That's what Skylines are to the rest of the world. Whatever. The engine. It's a 2.5-liter, inline-6, aluminum head, naturally aspirated, double cam, RB25DE, making 140 kilowatts or 187 horsepower. The car itself is an R33 GTS-4. It has all-wheel drive and a stick shift. These R33 Skylines came out in 1993 and were a softer, passenger-pleasing Johnny Poop Lately. Oh, Johnny Poop Lately, Johnny Poop ride for Nissan newcomers who were wary of the previous generation, the R32's spine-compressing reputation. Burb! So they took the R32 and gave it a nice layer of cushioning and created the R33. This is a real-world Skyline as they're meant to appear. A split lip, dents, scuffs, a security system? Oh, I hope nobody steals my Skyline. Wow, even New Zealand folded under the terror fist of black ice. 7K redline, that's cool. Sheet metal screws. Flashlight. Oh boy, Alpine speakers, living the high life. Okay, what's up with these tiny batteries in New Zealand? What's up with these? They're like large motorcycle batteries. Could it be because your winters aren't long and cold? Is it you have no need for big cold cranking amps? I guess that's true. Oh yeah, why not? Here, look. The heater lines are disconnected on the Skyline because the heater core is clogged, and the owner said that not having a heater has been a non-issue. And just wear a jacket. You'll be sweating from driving the forest roads anyway. A low-spec Skyline drives like a tighter, lighter Nissan Maxima. I remember this 5-speed Maxima being fun, and I remember thinking, what if it was something other than front-wheel drive? Well, then it'd be a Skyline. Yeah, I could daily something like this, if it was nicer, but that's the point. Kiwis look at Skylines like we look at Tauruses. Not all Tauruses are shows. In fact, a very small portion of them are shows. Not all Skylines are GTRs. In fact, a very small portion of them are GTRs. Do you need a car for less than $2,000? Buy somebody's dad's Taurus. You'll be fine. Drive it until it needs one thing, and then keep driving it until it doesn't pass inspection, and then scrap it. Same deal with Skylines. Skylines are not meant to be cherished. You have classic Z cars for that. The clutch and stick shift are very Honda-esque, which means you can just thrash on it. Again, keeping up with the intended nature of what a Skyline is. an inexpensive large car. An inexpensive large car that's kind of sporty. And this Skyline has lived a long and robust life as a daily driver, reaching 239,491 kilometers. And it's pretty much stock except for coil packs, since the stock ones are apparently terrible. The RB25DE engine is equipped with variable inlet cam phasing, or the Nissan variable cam system. And the overall layout of the car leads to rear bias. That is, until it starts losing traction and it delivers power to the front. So it's sort of rear-wheel drive, but also somewhat front-wheel drive, and Focus RS thinks it's all that. Nissan was doing this in the 90s. Oddities of a Skyline of this age include a tachometer that will only go up to $2,000 and then go back down as you rev for some stupid reason. But other times it works perfectly, but for the most part, it's temperamental. Like a child with an aisle seat on an international flight. Also, the radiator fan occasionally sticks, creating this clicking noise that will slowly drive you mad like the telltale heart. And the clutch pedal squeals like Henry Hill. Skylines were originally the product of the Prince Motor Company, dating all the way back to 1957. When the company merged with Nissan in 1967, the Skyline became a fully Nissan product, and even then it looked like a pretty bog-standard Nissan car, which makes the North American reverence for this car so peculiar. Skylines are not unicorns. They're just regular horses. In a very Ryan Gosling and Blade Runner 2049 sort of way, they're not special. They're just there to serve as a distraction from the things that are. Now, there's nothing wrong with being average. The problem is when we take the average and ascribe it to characteristics of the extraordinary. There's nothing wrong with putting something you love on a pedestal, but with the Skyline, that feels like a path paved with the high likelihood of disappointment. Unless you have money and time, a Skyline isn't going to be what you thought it was. It'll be reliable, it'll be dependable, and on most days, it'll be an experience you won't even remember. A Skyline is the automotive equivalent of one headlight by the wallflowers. It's not the pinnacle of the craft. It's not the thing that lives up to the lofty feelings you assign to it. It's just an average car. It's a regular car. A Skyline is like The Last Jedi. If you don't give a shit about Star Wars, it's fine.
Check out this Skyline. It's quite a car if you are into normal cars.